Hi folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and sorry if I sound a little funny or look a little funny. I just got back from the dentist, tooth willed. So anyway, we're going to work on a pair of earrings using our May Bargain Bead Box Cloudburst and some little horses. Well, I think the little horses are probably the only thing from my stash that I am using, well, other than the earwires and the jumprings. So let's turn around and I'll show you what we're going to do. Okay, we've got the big female part of the giant jumprings. We're going to use that as our middle, and then we're going to hang this little horsey inside here. Where's the other one? There he is. And since they supplied us with some eye pins, we're going to use this eye pin in here with one of the tiny little beads to pull it together. Then we're going to use a jump ring to put that on here, and then up the top with our, to put in our ear wire. Then down across the bottom, what we're going to do is use another jump ring, a bigger one here. We're going to put this ring onto here. And we're going to then hook up these to this with a wavy spacer, an English cut, another wavy spacer, and our lantern bead. And that's going to hang from that ring. And that's what she's going to look like. Won't that be fun? So I hope you enjoy making these with me. Let's get started. So the first thing we want to do, we're going to put this do the horse up because, well, it's right here. So we got our eye pins here. So we'll open up an eye pin, put our horse on, close it, and since they're here, we'll do that with both. Now I like to give it a little pinch to make sure it's closed here because the eye pins sometimes stick open a little bit. Then we'll put this little guy on here, and he's going to then hang inside the middle here. Now he's going to hit both sides, and that's all right. We don't mind that. So now we'll open up the other eye pin that we have here, which is not very straight. Let's see if we can straighten it up. That's better. And put the other horse on. And close him up. Why do you not want to close? There we go. So frankly, it needs to have its neck a little bit more. There we go. And then its little tiny bead. Now, one of the things we have to figure is which way we want to wrap our loop here, the top one, so that it will hold on to here when we put our jump ring in here. So I'm thinking we want it to hang like this. The jump ring's going to come around. So we probably want our loop to be this direction. So we'll do that. And we're going to get out our stepped bell making pliers, go in with the smallest, go up and around, and bring her around. And since we are going to use a jump ring to hang this on, we don't have to worry about it about leaving any gap. So we can just do these up. pliers and hold this where they come together. Get our second pair of pliers and wrap this baby up. And cut off our excess wire and tuck it in. Now, if you discover that it isn't sitting the way you want it, let's see if it is. Got a medium jump ring here. I think it'll be big enough. I'm not sure. If it is a little bit too small, we'll get a different one. So then we're going to put this along here. And it might be too small. We may need the big one like so. But because it does have to go around all of this bar. And I thought the medium would be enough, but it's looking like it disagrees. So that's all right. Since I have this one open, I am going to put it up here on the ring, and that's because our ear wire is going to go on here soon. So might as well have that there right now. And I'll just use this bigger one for right now, because I'll just need to get a couple more of these big ones. Then we'll go over this bar, put our horsey on, and close this back up. No, don't be a difficult baby. We want you to go through both spots right here, through the upper ring, and then through across the wire. Sometimes I think the things you're making, they want to be difficult. You know what I mean? They go, oh, well, you know, you want to do that. I don't know that I want to, so I'm not going to. Now this is not quite closed all the way, so I'm going to work it. To work it, just take both of your pliers and back and forth until you feel it scrape or hear it, because you will be able to hear it too. So there's our little horsey. Because I had to use the big one, he hangs down a little further than I really wanted him to, but he's all right. He's good. So the next step is to put these two rings together. Hopefully this will be big enough to put both rings together, but let's find out. So we're going to open this baby up. And we're going to hook it through here and then through here, or vice versa. It doesn't matter which angle you go at, unless it wants to be one of those times when it fights you, and then you sometimes have to put the smaller one on first so it can go and fall to the back over here where your pliers are at. See, like that? No, get back up there, baby. There we go. Now we close it back up. And hopefully it will hang all right. Oh yeah, that hangs just fine. So the next step is to either A, put our ear wire on, which we could do if we wanted to right now. Horse is hanging a little bit, not the way I want it to. Let's see. Oh, it may just be doing its own thing a little bit here, because they are, you see where we want these are going opposite directions, our loop pieces. And they're pretty much doing so. So that's fine. So we have put this together and then put our ear wire on. I'm going to just put the ear wire on right now Get that portion out of the way. I do have to get some more jump rings because I need 2 more big ones since I used them both over on this one to do the so now we need the second jump ring for the ear wire. I want the ear, let's put it this way. Yep. I'm wanting the this little loopy thing here, or indentation, to go to the outside. So we're making, I think I've got it twisted the right direction to do that. We will check it just as soon as I get this closed to my satisfaction. So it wants to stay pop open just a little bit. There, that's better. So now that if I hang it, hold it like this, now see, well, no, it goes to the inside. I want that horse to go, I want this indentation to go to the outside. So we're going to switch our ear wire. So since it's going this way, come on, got you right at the edge. We want to turn it and have it go this way. Close that baby up again. And now let's see if I got that. There we go. So there's that piece. Now I've got a couple of head pins out as well as the jump rings that I used on this one. We're going to go with the lantern, the wavy spacer, the English cut, again with the wavy spacer, and our gray crackle agate. This gray crackle agate has a flat spot. So I will probably see about getting a different one for this side because even though there are some things I don't mind that in, because I'm not putting a bead cap over it, I don't want it to be like that. So now the next thing we want to do is to fold this over, get our step bell making pliers, and because we're going over this large ring, we're going to go up to the second one, up and around and over, down, leave a gap. See how I left a gap there? Straighten her up some, and now we're going to feed her onto here. Now you could put this on with a jump ring because let's face it, it's going to be a little tricky of a wrap because we're got all these things hooked to it already. I could, and it might be better with the other one if I actually did this piece onto the smaller ring prior to putting the ring on. Now this ring is sliding a little bit, so I just moved it up. See what I mean? It wants to get in the way there. Okay, now we'll cut the extra wire off and we'll drop our ink pen. Oh well, yesterday I had major butterfingers and I was dropping everything. Every time I turned around, I dropped my, I dropped a piece, like a dangle that I was working on. I dropped the earring itself 2 or 3 times. So anyway, here is our first finished earring. Isn't that cute? Horsey will fall to wherever it falls, like so. Now when I do this one, I'm going to want this outer ring like this and my horse heading this direction. Oh, I still have to wrap him up. I hadn't done so yet. So I am going to wrap him up and we can start putting pieces together. I will get this, change this bead out first before we wrap that one up. Make sure I don't have anything extra in there. And we'll grab this again and tuck that piece in. Where'd it go? There it is. Now, as you can see, I have this a little crooked here, so we're going to straighten this up and move her around a little bit. We want her to be opposite of this side. Okay, so now we need to take the big one, or one of the two big ones, and we're going to put our horse inside our loop. Now remember, I wanted the horse to face this way and the hoop to face this way. So we gotta put them in the same way. This is the trickiest part because the ring is up there. It wants to drop through it. And we need to have it go around right here. Slide over there. You'll make it a little bit easier. There we go. So hold this. Go down there so you're not. And push her over. Okay. Okay, horse is on. Now we'll put the ear wire on. So we'll go one this direction, close it up, get the second. Onto this loop. Come on, you fall down there. Bing. And now we want to make sure that we're going to be facing the front when we, will it be? I think so. We'll find out in just a second, won't we? Yep. So that in and of itself would be a really cute earring, but we're going to put our pieces on. Now I am going to go get this other piece I need right now. In the meantime, we'll just slide these other pieces onto here. And I will be right back with my bead that's not scooshed. Okay, I'm back with our bead. This one also has a slight flat spot, but it's right here. So no problem. I'm just going to put that one face down to our wavy crystal. So now we'll wrap this one up. Remember, we're wrapping it with the large one, or the second size up, I should say, not the large one per se, because we're going over this ring. Up and over and around, drop it down, bring it around, leaving a gap, and then straightening her up some. So there we go. Now we have to put it on our ring. There we go. And we're going to wrap it. So we'll pull this together, push the wires back down together where they come together here. Hold it there. Get your second pair of pliers and wrap it. Oop, don't get it on my tip of my plier. Wrap it right here. Oh, come on, you. There we go. Now we will take and cut off the excess wire. that in. That looks really good. Now I did notice that this one is a little tipped. See how that's tipped sideways like that? We don't want that to be like that. So we're just going to take it and hold it and just straighten her up. See if that did the trick. Much better. It's a little bit crooked still, so I'm going to hold it with this plier and move it sideways with this one. If you don't hold it with something, be it your thumb or your second pair of pliers or whatever, the whole wire might bend, and then you've got a crooked bend down here as opposed to up above. So this is earring number 1, and now we just have one step to finish earring number 2, and that is to put the 2 rings together. So open this baby up. Put on the smaller ring and the larger ring. Now these are being a little bit difficult, but we know this will work because we've already done it once. So there we go. The little one just needed to fall out of the way. Now see how that's got left a gap there? Can you see the gap? There we go. We don't want that. So we'll take our pliers and with slight forward pressure, bend them. It'll just do a little work till we feel that scrape. And now you see how it's all together now. So now we're done. That's earring number 2. Ta-da-da-da. Aren't those cute? Get your horse over here so you can see her better. I think those turned out adorable. So anyway, there is our really pretty earrings. Aren't those cute? Using the Bargain Bead Box for May Cloudburst. Everything except for the findings and my little horse. Aren't those cute? I really like those. I hope you liked them too. I hope you enjoyed making them with me. Like I say, everything from Cloudburst Bargain Bead Box other than the little horse, the jumprings, and the earwires. I think they turned out really special. I hope you liked them as much as I do. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and again, we've been using the Bargain Bead Box Cloudburst. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.